To help support this podcast
and get exclusive bonus content and rewards,
make a monthly pledge at
patreon.com/universebox. And remember to think outside.
Greetings from Storybrooke. I'm being shot by a laser gun.
And I'm Anne-Marie.
And we're here for another Once Upon a Time episode commentary. We're still doing season 1.
Yes.
A project we started last summer.
Whatever.
Yeah, we're getting there.
We're slow.
By the way, my name's Bill Meeks, if I didn't say it. But
You didn't because you were being shot by a laser gun.
But we are here to talk about Once Upon a Time, and we actually we have our first in-studio guest with us today. Welcome to the show, Rebecca Johnson.
Well, thanks for having me. I'm very excited to be here.
Yeah, you've never seen Once Upon a Time before, have you?
I've seen a couple episodes.
You guys might know Rebecca. She used to host a podcast called Operation Cobra Cast.
Operation Cobra Podcast, yes.
Operation Cobra
He always
Podcast.
messes it up, and I'm like,
Kind of on purpose.
I had to remember myself.
Yeah, but she is a former once podcaster. She kind of fell off the show a little bit, and we're going to call her to task on that this evening. And basically, we're not going to do a commentary. This whole episode is going to be confronting Rebecca about
why?
That's okay. We can talk about it.
No, I'm kidding. But we might talk about it a little bit. But we are doing a commentary for, what's the episode?
Dreamy!
Season 1, episode 14, Dreamy. And the way we do these commentaries, first of all, we recommend whatever you do, don't listen to this if you're not watching along with the episode.
It will make no sense. We've heard of people who do this. They watch it, they listen to this on their commute. What do you do when we're not speaking?
Yeah, I believe the last time we did one of these, we led with an email where someone was like, I just listened to them, while I'm, doing my daily things. That person is now dead because they were listening to these commentaries without watching the episode. So you definitely need to watch the episode.
Inappropriate party of Bill.
Don't you guys team up on me now?
But see, we can. We're sharing it.
Yeah, we're connected.
Yeah, because of the technical limitations and everything, we basically had to do a connection with they're sharing a pair of earbuds. Is basically what we're saying.
I got it.
Oh, and we do need to say hi to our chatters here. We have Other Anne-Marie and Becca. And Other Anne-Marie says she misses your podcast.
Well,
Rebecca.
I appreciate that very much.
Okay, but the way we do these is, and we're going to be playing off of iTunes, so it should be pretty easy to sync up if you're watching the DVD version, Blu-ray, iTunes version, Netflix version. I don't know if you have like one of those old Nickelodeon theaters where you can put the nickel machine in and do the crank. Yeah. Any way you do it.
Nickels.
Basically, what we're going to do, we're going to do a 3 count. 3, 2, 1, go. 3, 2, 1, go. And on go, you hit play. And then as the episode starts and they start having the cast names up there and everything, we'll call a couple of those out just so you can make sure you're completely synced up and everything. So this should be interesting. The last time we did some of these with the video and everything, we completely crashed out the computer. But
that's the lost episode.
We've taken some precautions to make sure that doesn't happen. Oh, we should also mention what magic juice we're drinking.
Our beverages of the evening. Tonight I am drinking Fisheye Chardonnay and iced green tea.
Excellent. And Rebecca, what are you drinking tonight?
I just have some a sparkling beverage. It's called Blood Orange. I thought that sounded adventurous.
Blood Orange.
So it's actually pretty good.
Excellent. And as for me, I have a acronym Pinot Noir or PN because it's an acronym. Yes, Pinot Noir.
Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
Always.
Watch it.
Great stuff. Watch it, live it, love it. Okay, are you guys ready
With a backpack.
Are you guys ready to do some I always do that. You know what? It's okay because All right, we're going to go ahead and get started here with our commentary on Dreamy in 3, 2, 1. Go. Once upon a time.
Hey,
There's
look,
some
there's
elves in
dwarves.
the forest.
There's actually 7, I think.
Roughly.
I don't think Stealthy's in there.
Or you couldn't see him because he's so stealthy.
Oh, maybe so. Maybe he's hiding.
True.
Yeah.
The land of the clouds.
Hi,
The land
dear
of the
fairy.
clouds.
I miss her.
Is she not around?
Well, she gets
Not
like
enough.
one episode a season or something.
And naughty. Oh, Oh,
I know people don't like the blue fairy, but I always like the blue
I
fairy.
love the blue fairy.
See, I don't think it's so much that people don't like the blue fairy. It's that people think the blue fairy is really, really shady, and they
Right.
like that about
Yes.
her. You know,
Well, she's just strict. She has rules.
I still think that they're gonna do like some sort of big revelation that she was like the big villain all along.
Yep.
Well, she is like the most powerful being. Or they may have changed that. I don't know.
Nah, I think she still is.
Minus a certain wizard
Yeah,
that they just introduced this season.
briefly.
Well,
Momentary.
you don't care about spoilers.
I have
Merlin.
a feeling I know who it is, probably, though.
Merlin.
Yeah.
Merlin.
Merlin. But we shouldn't be talking about season 4. We should be talking about
Season
season 1.
Fairy dust.
Whatever happened to Nova?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know, but I like the concept of the fairy dust that they talk about, how it
Yes.
like powers the world or whatever. Like, it's kind of an interesting...
Oh, other Anne-Marie in the
Concept.
chat room says, the days when fairies were still part of Once Upon a Time. Very
True
true.
that.
Yeah, actually, we'll go ahead and pop the old chat up there on the screen, too.
I miss their. I never really understood their costumes.
What,
the fairy costumes?
Yeah, I like them. They kind of look like not an octopus.
They look like homecoming dresses or prom dresses
No.
or
Yeah.
something.
Well,
a little
the
bit.
top part does.
I wonder where they came up with this idea for the dwarves to be hatched in eggs.
I
and
love
stuff.
Well, I remember they were talking about how, like, Eddie and Adam talked about how when they met with Damon Lindelof, who, if you guys watched Lost, you would know about Damon Lindelof. So you need to watch Lost. But they apparently went out to eat with him or something one time, and they were talking about the dwarf concept and how, like, there were never any females. And so I think that's why they made this concept of, they're hatched from eggs.
I like
which
that.
I love that cut, by the way, where
Yeah.
it goes from him and the hatching out of the egg to him breaking the egg.
Oh, and just the look on Grumpy's face there, too, or Dreamy's face at that
Right.
point, yeah.
Right, yeah. So it's the only problem with the egg hatching thing to me is like, well, who
Lays the
the eggs? And then you get this infinite regress of who laid the egg and who laid the
Yeah.
So I guess it's best to ignore it, I guess.
Which came first, the egg or the egg? Hey, Anne-Marie, they asked if you can move your bottle, because they can't see.
I'm sorry.
You don't need to see me. It's fine. It's
And
fine.
hello, Becca. We see you in the chat room there.
Jellyfish. That's it. Jellyfish.
Can I say how much I love Sneezy? This guy, he was always my favorite dwarf on this show.
He was like one of the few dwarves that weren't at RegalCon.
Oh, really? That's upsetting.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
Sneezy.
I did get to hang out with Lee a fair amount, though, and Michael Coleman happy, too. So it was fun.
I feel so bad for Mary Margaret in this scene.
know.
She's like, guys, we need some help. And nobody, not even Emma. Watch it. Emma doesn't even like volunteer.
Well, that's because this was around the time with all the charming stuff.
Yeah, well,
Where
all
she was
the
a house wrecker or
Oh,
home
she-
wrecker.
yeah.
the home wrecker
yeah.
stuff.
But I mean, come on, Emma. You could say, hey, I volunteer to do something.
I don't know
Nope.
what the heck's going on there.
I mean, I know she's the sheriff, but she could do something.
I kind of miss the Leroy version of Grumpy.
And now he just screams, "A curse is coming!" all the time.
I don't know. I would.
How many curses are coming?
There's
I guess that's a whole other
a
thing.
curse, a magical being, a dragon.
There's a blue curse, a green curse, a purple curse, a mauve
the eye
curse,
curse, the mob.
brick red curse.
I'm sorry, what?
There's a red curse, then a brick red curse. I'm just going through crayon colors, basically.
Yeah, you really are. How about taupe? Would you like to have a
Taupe?
taupe curse?
The taupe curse.
I do like in this episode that like Mary Margaret and Leroy are sort of they're kind of the same
Yeah.
in the same boat where they're the people nobody likes in the town.
Yeah, they're the two most unlikable people in Storybrooke.
Yeah. I like their team up.
Did you guys see that? I think it's Main Street in Disneyland. They put like a stencil up for Mr. Gold's pawnbrokers
was
in one
it
of the
Disney?
windows. Yeah, it was one of the Disney parks.
Oh,
Random thing.
random facts.
I always felt like they should have some sort of Storybrooke something
Yeah.
in the parks.
Yeah, Mary Margaret's outfits were way better in season
So
one.
much better.
Way better.
Yeah, she always had really cute jackets and this hat.
And
there.
then I love her, but she got frumpy.
Other Anne Marie says she loves seeing the original cast. You know, the season one OG cast.
Yeah.
OG cast, yeah.
There is a lot of mascara on Emma right now.
They
There
look
is.
really
There is
cold.
like a lot of mascara there. And they have matching hats.
See, Emma's like, if there's anything I can do to help, let me know. And I'm like, well, you could have volunteered earlier.
With the candles thing.
Yeah, that's what you can do, Emma.
Yeah.
Not helpful.
Oh, Miners Day.
Yeah, and for you video watchers, I'll throw. I should in the final version. I should have like a still frame every 30 seconds or so popping up, but I'll show you a little bit of the video every now and again too, just so you can get an idea of where we are.
I like this episode because it does a good job of paralleling the Storybrooke side to the fairy tale land side with the dropping of the stuff onto Dreamy. I think that's really, really great.
It's pretty.
Yeah,
they've gotten a bit more heavy-handed and kind of forced with that too. But I think it's just because they filled in so many spots in the plot or in the timeline that they have to wedge things in kind of unnaturally these days.
Yeah, this episode, like, it's just so well written because this sets up what he does at the end of the episode where he takes down all the lights. So he has a knowledge of how these lights work. And he said something about, like, you're going to overload it. And I'm like, yeah, she's got so many... There's so much going on in that light switch there.
Mm.
Yeah, she completely disappeared, though.
I still don't understand why he thought it was feasible to try to date a nun, though. Like,
because look at him.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Well, the whole thing about Nova and Dreamy, though, like, the fairies couldn't interact with, like...
Anybody.
Yeah, and then the dwarfs, like, didn't get married, so their whole relationship was, like...
Star-crossed lovers.
Yeah.
Star-crossed lovers.
Very much so.
Does that make Snow Mercutio? Maybe. It's been a while since I've seen Romeo and Juliet or Reddit.
It's been a very long while.
I don't know if I can make that good of a joke.
Grumpy does look so friendly. I love it.
True facts, Lee Ehrenberg is actually 3 feet tall. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I don't think that's right.
He's just a little shorter than me. Just a little.
So you could have been a dwarf.
I could have. Probably.
Interesting.
What would your
You're a
dwarf name
Hollywood
be?
Dwarf.
Probably, I don't know. If I grabbed an axe, what would the axe say? That's a good question.
Oh, here's your buddy.
I don't know. It could just be Meeksy.
Meeksy, I like that.
Meeksy. Because I am kind of meek overall. Hi, I'm Meeksy. I'm Meeksy the dwarf. I mine for fairy dust all day. I go over there and I go, hey, hey. I'm Meeksy the dwarf and I'm here to say, let's get some fairy dust.
Oh my God.
I'm impressed with that, actually. That's pretty good.
I tried. Well, I wrote it earlier.
Okay.
He's been
I practiced it, yeah.
That's what he did while he was cleaning the office. Is he wrote and rehearsed.
Yeah, and there's totally a murder going on the screen. We're missing it. It's fine.
A missing person.
I like the use of the Polaroid camera here because it throws back to the fact that Storybrooke's been kind of stuck in this 1980s,
the
1983
old sheriff's
year.
car.
But like, what's his face? Sydney.
Yeah.
See, it's been so long. I'm like forgetting what his name is. So Sydney's got like a legit camera, right? And she's got the Polaroid. So where did he get his nice camera? I guess Regina probably.
Yeah. I think
I
think it's a film camera though, isn't it? Because they show him like in a dark room later.
Oh yeah,
on.
yeah. They have to develop the film. That's right.
Yeah.
So I guess that still makes sense.
She's way too.
Other Anne Marie says that Nova doesn't really look like a nun here, though. I didn't even realize she was one the first time she watched it.
I could see that.
I love the fake nose. It was nice to see that in the finale too, because they hadn't had the dwarves in like fairy tale land for forever until the finale with the dark dwarves.
Yeah.
Who's the dwarf in the tub back there?
Let's see.
He's having a good old time. Like, I want to know what all of their names are.
I always, true confession, I always get...
That is scandalous.
A little bit.
That's a little scandalous.
I always get really confused by which dwarf is which on here, just because they're not... Or I mean, they kind of have their classic looks, but most of the time you see them as in Storybrooke,
right.
So I just never associate them with, like, dwarf.
Stealthy!
Pour one out for Stealthy.
This is actually a cool concept with the axes. I like it.
Me.
Faustino. Met him too. Name drop, name drop, name drop.
Yeah.
Hey, did I tell you guys about that time I met some of the dwarves at RegalCon?
No.
Because I met some of them.
think you did.
Please tell us again.
They touched this hand.
And you never watched it.
Nope. No, I watched it immediately,
Yeah.
actually. Dwarves are dirty people.
Yeah.
It almost sounds like that's in a minor key or something.
Oh, dang. It kind of does. So did they just like take her classroom and just make it headquarters for Miners Day?
Apparently.
I guess that's what they did.
Apparently the nuns took over.
The nuns annexed the classroom for their own purposes.
Saw the light.
I always wondered, like, they have that the dwarf thing behind Mary Margaret here. Yeah, the little thing. So what is their concept in Storybrooke of like what dwarfs are? Like that's what my question is. Is like,
Well, I think
what do they think that is?
I think everyone in Storybrooke like is aware of like the classic
Disney
Disney
movies.
True,
movies and
true.
stuff. So I'm assuming it's probably just they probably just don't give it a second thought because as far as they know, there aren't real Storybrooke
Right.
book characters or anything like that. I've always wondered if Blue had at least some memories during the
I think
curse.
she did. I like to think she did.
but
It
then why wouldn't she fix it?
Well,
Or maybe
she
she
doesn't have
couldn't have to.
magic.
That's true. There's no magic at this point.
The thing that kind of makes me think that though is just and I believe it was before the curse lifted. Isn't there one scene in another episode where she kind of like she's talking to August kind of sneakily off to the
Yes,
side?
yeah, it's sort
and we
of
never
always-
found out what was with that.
Yeah.
Shady Blue.
Or maybe
50.
she has a reason to be shady.
50 Shady Blue. 42.
42.
That's a lost number.
That's also a
48,
Hitchhiker's
15,
Guide to the
16,
Galaxy
23,
number. 42 is the answer to the question, what is the meaning of life, the universe, and everything?
Oh, really?
The answer is 42.
Oh, that makes sense.
But the important thing is the question, which I believe, what is 5 times 7 is the question. So
I had to think about that.
we're going to sell all these candles. I don't even care. Because I want to kiss.
Yeah, he's pretty ambitious with this candle plan. Or he doesn't really have one, I guess.
No.
Well, I think if
He's
I
trying
remember
to get
correct,
the nun.
I think his plan is to sell the boat and buy all the candles himself
that's right.
initially.
Yeah.
But then Gold finds out it's for the we're spoiling the episode for people.
Spoiler alert.
I don't even remember all of that, so.
Totally just unplugged my headphones.
Lies and deceit.
There we go.
Is there a reason that we have the closed captioning on? Because
I don't know,
I'm
I
so not a
can't-
fan.
I can try and turn it off here real quick.
That'd be awesome.
There we go.
I liked in season 1, just as a kind of
The guy?
visual thing, Emma's curls. Like her curls in this season, like she had them for most. If I remember correctly, in season 1, she had her hair in curls for most of the season. I always liked that because it was like, oh, she's a princess. I don't know why I associate curls with like being a princess,
Yeah,
but
it makes sense. Maybe that's why she's overloaded in mascara as well.
maybe so.
And red lipstick.
Maybe so.
Very.
Yeah, it's,
makes
Somebody had fun painting.
I don't know. It's weird. People always like point out like, oh, did you see that wonderful hairstyle they had on X episode or not? And then I notice it, but it's not until someone else points it out,
Right.
and I just always like see default hairstyle
Yeah.
on people.
Okay, her with the short hair though.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
different.
That's
Jarring.
a little. It feels a little like 90s.
And I was always confused. Is she like planting the stuff with the numbers, or is that a legitimate printout?
I think
Did
it was
she-
the legitimate, and then she was planting from there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because she can kind of manipulate things.
Yeah, anything she wants. I'm still surprised she didn't have magic the entire time with
Yeah, actually,
everything.
you stopped watching before they revealed that she could leave town
Oh, yeah.
during the curse.
I don't know. I don't know if I know that or not.
Well, now you do.
Now I
Now
do.
you do. That's how she got Henry.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we have issues.
Yeah, yeah.
Other Anne-Marie says Regina's hair looks weird, so yeah.
Oh, I'm scrolling.
Oh, and Becca says lovesick Leroy is so cute.
Very cute.
I wonder how much of this was a practical set, because you'll see here in a minute, Grumpy or Dreamy kind of like jumps up onto several platforms and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it always seemed like they had something practical on their green screen sets.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like a lot of times for their promo pictures, they release like
Green screen pictures.
like pictures on the green screen. Or I think they use a purple screen because they have so many characters with green in their costumes.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, so sometimes it's interesting just to see kind of like, oh, I thought that was an actual set, but no, it was a CGI. But sometimes you can totally tell too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not so great.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if people know this, but Once Upon a Time was not the first show to incorporate the Zeus system, which is how they do the green screen. Because V on ABC, I guess it was like a year before. I think V had gotten canceled before Once Upon a Time premiered, but V used it all the time.
Oh, really?
And I think that's where they got the idea to use it for Once Upon a Time. So they used the Zeus system. Because I think, is his name Steve Perlman? I think he's an executive producer. He actually worked on V and Once Upon a Time. So.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
So.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because V was ABC too, right? Yeah.
So I was actually familiar with the Zeus system before Once showed up.
Oh, Nova.
She has a low self-esteem. She needs to believe in herself.
That bag of fairy dust looks more like a sleeping bag.
It does a little bit, yeah.
It's too uniform. It's a nice necklace she has on.
Yeah, I like whatever's going on with her hair. She's got something sticking out of her hair.
And then there's the corset. It's laced up the side.
Maybe it helps her fly somehow. I don't know. It seems like it would prevent you from being able to fly, but
She's floity. She likes to flirt.
A little bit.
and he doesn't really pick up on it though.
No.
That's his problem.
The flirting, flitting fairy. F.
This episode was brought to you by the letter F.
And the emotion regret.
Wow.
Well, Leroy.
I know,
He
but
regrets what
wow.
happened here.
Dreamy.
Or what happens here. I wonder if they pitch shift the fairy's voices up like half an octave. Almost sounds like they do a little bit.
Would make sense.
And they also might do that just as an acting thing too, because I know Lana Paria's talked about how she like lowers her voice an octave. Well, I don't know if it's an octave, but lowers it down when she's like evil Regina. So they may be able to raise it.
She said at RegalCon. No, but she said that she kind of approaches every like every version of Regina within the timeline is like a completely separate character.
Yep.
Like she does the back work or the acting, book work differently for each timeline version.
Yeah. It seems like they would all kind of have to do that on this show because they play so many different versions of themselves.
I hate how Emma always trusts Sydney Glass in these situations, and it never
she
works out for her.
knows he's worked for Regina. Mm-hmm. So, what do you think? Scarf or no scarf? What's more sympathetic?
No scarf.
See, I think
then she's cold without the scarf.
Well, true. I don't know. I kind of like scarf versus
I like
no.
the scarf,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I like multiple scarves.
I wore for Harry Potter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Was he supposed to be like a
rabbit?
a white rabbit of some kind, maybe?
Oh no, I think he's supposed to be Jack Sprat and the.
Oh yeah, I sort of
yeah.
remember that. Yeah, I like this sequence. It's very comedic. One of my favorite editors of all time on television, Mark Goldman, did this episode.
Oh,
and
cool.
He did a lot of Lost episodes. It's kind of where I discovered him.
Yeah.
One of the best episodes of the series from Lost is The Constant, and he did an audio commentary, and then I kind of stalked him after that. He actually refers to me as his like friendly stalker.
Nice.
But he did this episode, and I love that he was able to cut together a comedy sequence because it's not something on a show like this you get to do very often.
Mm-hmm. I was about to say, isn't Belle here? Yeah.
She looks a little down.
A little bit.
Well, isn't this right after she leaves Rumpel's
I think
place
so.
or something? Timelines.
Timey-wimey.
And other Anne-Marie in the chat room points out that Lana also took 10 years of voice lessons.
Yeah, she's good.
Yeah. I missed this Belle. You know, where she had lines
Yeah.
that meant something.
And she didn't have amnesia.
Yeah.
From what I remember about Belle, she always had amnesia.
Now she just gets put to sleep. And
Oh,
this
no.
is all the major-
By season 4 standards, though, she actually has enough cleavage to be considered a villain in this episode. So.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
a
she
typical
really-
villain trait.
With that one, not the first episode of the second half of season 4 when she gets taken away, that cleavage, like she should have been ruling the village.
That could have launched its own curse.
It really,
Wow.
it was like, why wear the cloak? Or thank you for wearing the cloak.
But I like here that she gives him some good advice and
Yeah.
kind of talks with him about. She even has to like spell it out for him, like,
Yeah.
"Oh, Nova asked you out."
Yeah.
Yes. However, that definitely is a wig on her head.
This meeting though never really comes up once they get their memories back. Though.
No.
And I like that he interacts with another princess other than Snow White.
I still want to see sometime like the Disney Princess Avengers with
Yes.
Snow White, Belle, Cinderella, Mulan,
Ariel.
Aurora.
That would be awesome.
Like all just rolling down Main Street in Storybrooke.
I'd like to know what half of them are doing in Storybrooke,
Very true.
other than having mommy and me class.
I didn't sell the candles. Oh no! Wait, I didn't sell the candles.
He just keeps digging a hole.
Yeah.
But I guess that's what dwarfs do. I mean, they're
They
digging
dig.
all kind of stuff. So
And they whistle while they do it.
yeah.
And Mary Margaret's hiding in the corner, like, "What are you doing?"
I mean, $5,000 of candles.
That's a lot of candles.
That's a lot of candles.
I think they're
lot of
overcharging for candles.
Or is it because Astrid has all that helium? I think that's what the thing is she spent too much money on the helium.
Oh yeah. 'Cause
Yeah.
Yes, and they like
She-
double charged
she-
her.
Yeah.
Or she ordered like 20 cc's and they gave her 20 cases or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah. Another Emery says, "Oh, dumb grumpy."
Well, I think that shows that he's a little dreamy in Storybrooke.
He's still dreamy.
That he has an optimistic side to him.
Yeah.
That he thinks he can do it.
He doesn't want to admit to it though.
Yeah. I always do love it. This. I don't know if this is like an actual outdoor, like they're in the woods kind of a set. I can't decide. But I always love it when they're actually in the woods on once.
I'm guessing this is probably a set.
Well,
so
yeah, that looks CGI.
That
Yeah.
was a little CGI.
Like, where is that in Vancouver?
Yeah, this almost looks like the same set they might have used in Neverland. or
Oh, yeah,
something.
maybe so.
Yeah, another Emery points out 1,000. That's 1,000 candles at $5 a candle.
It's actually not that bad.
Well, actually, yeah.
Yes. I don't
That
know.
makes
I don't
sense.
buy candles.
That's
I don't buy
actually
lot
a
of
really
candles.
cheap candle, especially for the size those were. They were a pretty good sized pillar. If it was like a Yankee Candle Company 3-wig, I mean, that'd be $20 a candle.
Oh, my gosh.
At least.
Yeah, but those
My
are probably
mother- my
slightly
mom.
higher quality than a nun could make.
Are the nuns
Probably.
making the candles?
I think that's the implication, yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Or else are they getting them like wholesale on discount? Like,
I still don't know how anything gets to Storybrooke.
So the nuns are paying $1 a candle, then they're charging $5 a candle.
They got to pay the rent. Oh, and then there's kissing. We're ignoring the entire episode.
She really goes for it.
She does.
That's how we do these commentaries. You should know that by now, Anne-Marie.
I don't remember.
I like having a third person here though, because there's less dead spaces. So
There's less watching of the episode.
that's good for you insane people who listen to these without watching the episode.
You look at all the fireflies.
I also really like that scene with the Firefly Hill because it's another good parallel of what happens at the end of the episode with the lights coming on.
I do too. I actually liked it so much that we used it as our episode
It's so pretty.
poster.
Hello,
So
Mr.
pretty.
Gold. He looks really like
Young?
thin, young,
Yeah.
and not as gray.
Neverland aged him, man.
Neverland aged everybody.
Which it's not supposed to do.
It's
No.
the opposite of what it's supposed to do.
The opposite. Excuse me.
And it's all hunched over and everything.
It's kind of heartbreaking to
Aw,
me
Anne-Marie,
that
take me.
that he's wanting to sell his boat because he tells Astrid, "Hey, I want to go sail the world."
Yeah.
So
Yeah, not only was it important to Dreamy, but actually I believe Leroy mentions about the boat earlier too in this episode. So,
yeah, he does.
So
That's what raises the stakes for him having to sell all the candles.
I just want an episode of Once Upon a Time where they sit around and have a nice chat over coffee. Is that so much to ask?
Yes.
I would have watched it.
I'd have watched it, but that's way too much to ask. Insert candles here.
Like, does he? He doesn't
think he
live.
lives on
do
the
you think he
boat.
lives on that boat?
He's repairing it. So
Yeah.
he's in the process.
Pie.
Other Anne-Marie
That's
says
awesome.
you can hear the loons in the background.
That's the woo noise. You're welcome.
The
for-
Canadian loons.
Yeah. She's a
Canadian loonies.
loon.
No, the loonies is money.
Is it?
I think so.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
guess
yeah.
sounds right.
Canadian loonies.
Well,
That's what it
thanks.
makes me
Well,
think
now
of.
you have offended all of our Canadian contingent.
Go get some Tim Hortons and calm down.
I like Tim Hortons. Liar!
Because I bought them back because I really like candles. But I wanted to date you, and I didn't want you to know the truth. I thought lying would be better.
It's
I'm sorry.
never better. Never better. I
I'm sorry. Here, would you like your pie back?
wonder what kind of pie it is.
Leroy, I'll give you $5 if you throw that in her face.
She's a nun.
Slapstick, though.
She's gonna go jump off the edge now.
It's the Three
Where is
Stooges.
she going?
She's jumping off the edge.
I was kidding.
Totally not the right way to go.
She's going to talk to her friend Ariel.
Oh, so she's going realm jumping.
Realm jumpers.
Loon is a bird in Canada. There's a picture of the loon on the $1 coin. Therefore, the name Looney for the $1 coin.
Ah,
It all comes full circle.
Full circle.
makes sense.
A paper, Emma. Sorry, I don't know what that was.
I was going to try and think of some Breaking Bad line of his to say over top of this, but I can't think of any off the top of my
never
head.
seen
And
it.
probably whatever you think of is inappropriate.
I almost said box cutter because that's a scene from Breaking Bad. but
Got you. Hey, Mary Margaret drinking.
Well, she's kind of had a little bit of a hard time lately.
Oh, Ruby.
I like that Granny's is a diner that serves liquor.
Uh-huh.
That's nice.
Well, late
Burgers,
night hours.
lasagna,
Although it
liquor.
doesn't look too late at night. Looks early in the day.
Well, actually,
Little bit of
I
sunlight.
think in Storybrooke, liquor licenses must be pretty easy to come by anyway. Because I mean, not only does Granny's serves, but you had the White Rabbit's place,
Yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you know. I think I saw a bottle of hooch on a shelf at Gold's place,
I'm sure you did.
but it was actually some mystical item from a fairy tale.
Yeah. You drink it and, I don't know, you shrink.
The
or
tale of the
grow.
golden hooch.
I like the dwarf hovel. It looks
Other Anne-Marie
homey.
says, "Oh, come on now, Snow. Sipping that drink isn't going to do it." I like having the chat for the commentaries. It's nice.
I like the fact that we know she's actually watching it too instead of just listening to us. You too, and then I fell in love.
Dwarves are such simple creatures.
Aw.
I would take the axe with me. You don't know what's out there in the enchanted forest.
Just
Aw.
They're cute.
They're all happy and wearing matching
They're
hats.
brothers. They're like brothers.
You're going to do this.
Other Anne-Marie says Stealthy is the only one dressed besides Grumpy. Does that mean he sleeps in his clothes? I like to think
Maybe.
so.
Yeah.
So then he can stealthily.
Yeah, he's got to
jump
be
with
ready
you.
at a moment's notice. Isn't this guy's name Bossy?
Bossy.
Yeah, it's Bossy the dwarf.
I see that.
That's a little on
You're a
the
dwarf,
nose.
Dreamy.
Like, did he come out of the egg as Bossy?
Probably.
When I mean,
I would assume.
Yeah, because I don't think their names typically change. Like, I think the fact that Dreamy turned into Grumpy is like a big deal.
oh yeah,
A big deal in that all the dwarves go, huh, that's weird, and then go back to working.
Right. This is some bad green screen work here.
yeah.
Little bit.
The
What
wings
is
are a
that?
little, yeah.
See, there it's good. It's just the other way.
The fairies on the show always remind me of, I don't know if you guys ever saw an old episode of Saturday Night Live with Claire Danes where she played Tinkerbell.
No.
Yes,
But-
the drunk Tinkerbell?
Yeah.
Yes.
It always reminds me of that because it looks pretty much the same.
Yes.
gonna have to look that up.
I remember that one. She just like pouts and like kicks and like falls. Let's see. There are at least 2 drinks in. There's a selection of napkins, which is odd. Becca, after 20 minutes of silence, shady blue.
Shady blue. Gold darn shady blue. Where's the laser gun? I didn't say to shoot me.
Don't ask
He
where
just
the
wanted to
gun
know
is
where
then.
it was.
I wanted it so I could shoot you. Shoot the audience. That's a good idea. That'll keep them watching.
Well, I gave him the unbreakable or unspeakable curses the other day. Here, would you like the gun?
Sure, I'll try it.
Yeah, and other Anne-Marie says Blue is almost always shady, I think.
But what makes her shady? Just that she's strict and she has rules?
Well, she's always just like a half step removed from the really
Whatever's
important
happening.
events of the series, for one.
She's always there.
Like, I don't know if you ever heard my Johanna theory, but Blue
Johanna
is
did
connected
it.
to a lot of that.
Well,
Like,
but I've always thought that she was doing good things. Like, ultimately, she did things that were for the good of everybody.
One would hope.
yeah.
I'm still not convinced.
I'm Team Blue. I'm sorry.
I'm Team Blue.
yeah. I like the Blue Fairy.
like calling Blue shady isn't necessarily hating on Blue or hating that direction
Just
for Blue.
that she has motives like that nobody really
It's
understands.
more of a hope that one day all of her little actions on the corners of the main actions of the show will make sense.
Okay.
Well, we
You know?
still don't have her story.
Yeah, that's true. She's
got
never
nothing.
had an origin episode.
That's
so
nuts.
Yeah. What are you doing, dude? Oh, that's right. Perfect.
he's just gonna hit a transformer with an axe.
He's drunk too, so that makes this even better.
Oh yeah, is this after they've been drinking at Granny's? Oh no.
That's fine. I'll just hit this transformer with an axe.
That would have been more fun if he'd played it drunker.
Yeah. He usually does play things drunker.
Yeah.
Or is. I don't know.
Well, he's got the axe there. That's
Well,
appropriate.
having been in the room with the man while he was drunk, this is about right. He can hold it together, like
because
George Reeves.
he's gone out drinking with him.
Oh, well.
So, you know.
I haven't
He would
gone.
know.
I've been there drinking while he was drinking in the same physical location.
Time to sell candles. I remember.
Now Prince Eric, I've drank with Prince Eric.
Prince Eric's dance crew.
Yes.
Leroy has a really good plan though to take out the lights there.
I'm liking it.
Minus almost electrocuting himself. But I guess
it's a little dangerous.
It's a wooden handle, so I guess
Yeah.
he'd just have to worry about getting hit by sparks.
Yeah, setting a fire.
And as far as Blue being shady, Becca says it just seems like she's always there, but always has her own agenda. And then other Anne-Marie, and for the most powerful magic people, never run to her first. It makes me wonder why. Like Rumpel
Yes.
never goes to her with a problem
Look,
of her
that
agenda.
never-
I'm not going to go to her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that never made sense to me. I would always anything bad that would ever happen, I'd be like, somebody go get the Blue Fairy.
I know. Like, they
Yeah.
never do.
Doesn't
Ever.
make any sense.
We should be watching this, guys. This is a pretty heartbreaking scene here.
It's the breakup.
It is.
I'm a dwarf.
I'm too short for you.
You can't wear heels when you're around me.
And what's with that dress?
You look like a jellyfish. She really does have like prom hair though. Mm-hmm. With the little butterflies. I'm like, I'm having flashbacks.
Well, it shows some character for her. I think it's...
Well, I think like the little pokies and stuff are meant to make her look more disheveled because she's kind of
she's
like...
a little ditzy.
She's a hot
and-
mess.
Yeah.
Doofy.
Now, instead, she has
Doofy's a good
glitter
word.
dipped twigs in her hair.
I was about to say, Nova, don't give up your dream just to be with a dude. Go after what you want. Wow, she's really
What did
raising her voice there.
Well, she's upset about Blue sticking her wings in where they don't belong.
Exactly.
Her wand.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Don't go there.
fair enough.
They've known each other for how long? And she's like, I
Like
love
3
you.
days.
Well, I guess this is fairy tale land.
Yeah.
It
Plus,
does happen very
he's
quickly.
infused with the fairy dust
dust.
that she was carrying,
Yeah.
so maybe that has something to do with it.
Yeah. Because that's why he hatched, like, asking for her.
Which I think is cool because like they were like fated at his
Yeah.
quote birth. So I think that is kind of cool.
Yeah, it's weird though that I don't think she's made an appearance since this episode.
Unless she was in the group scenes, but she was never pointed out as being.
Yeah, but
she
you'd
is.
think that would be a big thing once they got their memories back. That,
One
you
would
know, he'd
think-
be like, "Hey, let's go,
Yeah.
let's do it."
Because barely a dwarf and not really a nun anymore. Like. Except that I'm not dreamy anymore.
And I hate my life. And I'm gonna hit this really hard. And I'm gonna do it again because I'm so angry. Getting angrier and angrier and angrier.
He's
Other
not
Am-
whistling while he works.
Other Anne-Marie says maybe it was love at first sight. And also,
And he breaks the axe, which I think is very symbolic that it
Yes.
splits. Dreamy's dead,
Yep.
metaphorically. And he's reborn as Grumpy with a new axe.
with a varsity font.
They all they all look surprised because that doesn't happen.
Yeah, it's unusual.
They're like, oh well.
It's their
back to work.
fault. It's Bossy's fault.
Darn
Stupid
bossy.
Bossy.
Those candles are selling like hotcakes now.
Always comes down to the boss man. You'd think the whole carnival would be over since they can't run the rides or the food carts or anything like that, but nope.
And where are the matches? They should have been selling matches.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
but then they could, once you have one.
Yeah, well, that's true. I guess you don't need to light all of
Oh,
them.
she was in the Good Morning Storybrooke clip where they break up again.
oh, I forgot about that.
And that answers.
Yeah.
See, they need more of that Good Morning Storybrooke thing. Because that was entertaining.
Fill in some gaps.
Face.
Hate eyes.
He's strutting over and over.
Well, he's rolling $5,000 deep.
Yeah, he is.
He's like, here. Why does she seem surprised? She's holding one.
I bought one myself.
Becca says she just wanted them to be happy.
You're welcome.
Now kiss. Come on, kiss. She actually kind of looked like she wouldn't like that.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
No, I'll
No,
pass.
probably not.
Good.
It's like the firefly.
Balloons don't need electricity.
Except that there's very obviously still
Well, they
a
had
light
enough
above
helium.
everyone.
Because Astrid bought all that helium.
Yes.
They're going to be blowing up balloons for a long time.
Why don't they take the helium, take
here we
one of the
go.
candles, light the candle, and then make a flamethrower by shooting the helium out through the candle?
Is there a fire department in Storybrooke?
I don't know.
They
I
would-
don't even know if
probably
helium
a
works
dwarf.
like that.
They would need one. Do they ever use
not looking
the
good.
computers in the sheriff's office?
Yes.
I think
Okay.
they do on occasion, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I can't remember because that one is definitely not on behind Emma.
No, that's definitely from the 80s.
Actually, it almost looks a little too new to be from the 80s.
Okay,
it almost
fine.
looks like a mid-90s computer.
Whatever. You know computers a little more than I do.
No, I don't. I don't know anything about computers.
What's a computer?
Computer? Computer. Tell me what computers are.
Siri?
A computer is a thing that does a thing.
That was lovely.
Thank you.
Great description.
I try.
You're like, oh.
Tramp.
Oh, yes.
about this.
That's one of Regina's finest moments.
Did the
she
Joker
wrote
write
Tramp?
that?
I think so.
Look at this Joker.
Well, at least it's
Funny.
kind of coming off. Maybe that's supposed to symbolize like she's winning back people in the town. See, they're lighting her candle for her.
Oh, Granny.
I'm not going to say who, but I met another cast member at RegalCon and almost got in trouble for
Talking to her.
talking to them.
And I like that Granny's the one who lights her candle because
Yeah.
they have a nice relationship with.
Once they have the
Ruby
memories
and
back,
Red.
but not
Yeah.
really because we never really talk about it.
But he's still kind of the pariah of the city.
Yeah.
Because you killed her.
Catherine goes missing for several episodes.
And then she just shows
And then she
up
goes
in-
missing for the rest of the series.
Yeah.
She shows up on Wonderland briefly.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Very brief.
Blink and you miss it.
What did you do, Bill?
What happened? What's it?
I believe they just got to the your thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We'll tell you later.
Fair enough.
Prince Charming arrested.
Not so charming now, are ya? Bet you wish you were back in that coma. And we're done. I don't think
quick.
Yeah, I don't think we ever actually called out the cast members' names.
Oh, we
and
didn't.
names.
No, we didn't.
Oh, we
It's fine.
failed.
I think people
There's a
will
helper
forget.
Dopey.
dwarf.
It's Canadian casting. Director of photography.
See, there's Mark Goldman.
Actually,
my boy.
trivia I learned at RegalCon. Michael Coleman actually runs one of the casting agencies they use for this show.
Nice.
Oh.
That's a
times.
good,
Aren't
we
that's a
supposed
good
to have him
episode.
on?
I like Dreamy.
Yeah, and that was a fun commentary
That was a
too.
good
Overall,
commentary. I like it.
I was really glad to have people along for the live ride too.
Yes.
For sure. I hope I know if
wish
you're
I
listening to
hope
the
I pray.
podcast version of this, you're not going to be able to deal with this. But if you want to refresh the live.universebox.com page in about 10 or 15 minutes, we're going to be doing a Gotham commentary for Legends of Gotham tonight too. But thank you so much, other Anne-Marie and Becca, for joining us in chat. Thank you, our guest Rebecca. Rebecca,
Yes.
where can people find you?
Well,
Online.
I'm on the Twitter at DerbyKid. That's DERBYKID. And I also am a co-host of a Supergirl podcast called Supergirl Radio. So we're going to be talking about stuff related to Supergirl and the upcoming CBS series that's going to premiere in November. And that's at supergirlradio.com.
It's a darn fine podcast. I listen to it any chance I can. Anne-Marie, where can people find you online?
You can find me on the Twitters at AMDSimone and at all of our other, podcast things.
And as for me, you can follow me on Twitter at Bill Meeks. You can follow all the podcasts we do at universebox.com, and you can pick up a fairy tale I wrote, The Trials of King Sparrow, at bit.ly/King Sparrow. It's a lot of fun. They're psychotic serial killer eagles, if you can believe it. Okay, well, I guess that about wraps it up for another Once Upon a Time commentary. Season 1, we have 7 or 8 episodes left, I think. And then we'll be nine, and then we'll be done with season 1. I keep trying to shorten it. Okay.
Because it feels like we should be done by now with season 1.
But live folks will be back in about 10 minutes. And to everybody else, until next time, greetings from Storybrooke.
Is that right?
Maybe.